She won't crave you if her mind is calm. Predictability kills desire. Most men overexpose themselves, texting too much, explaining too quickly, giving too easily. That's not mystery. That's noise. And when she can read you like a book, she stops turning the pages. You think being nice, available, and open makes you stand out. But in truth, it makes you blend in. You become safe, easy to map, and eventually forgettable. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If your thoughts are always exposed, there's nothing left for her to wonder about. Desire needs space, a pause, a question, a silence that lingers. That's what makes her replay your words, reread your messages, rethink your presence. This isn't about games. It's about presence. .com. Controlled. Grounded. That's what makes you unforgettable, Epictetus said. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Translation. Stop trying to be understood. Start being felt. Be a man she can't fully grasp. A man who speaks less but leaves a lasting echo. In the next part, we'll talk about why certainty is the enemy of attraction and how to flip it. Certainty is the enemy of desire. Think about the last time you obsessed over something guaranteed. You didn't. Obsession lives in uncertainty, in the questions, the tension, the unknown. Most men think that showing commitment early builds connection. They send the sweet goodnight texts. Double-check if she's okay. Make sure she knows they're all in. But here's the truth. If she knows exactly how you feel too soon, her mind relaxes. And when her mind relaxes, it stops spinning thoughts about you. Take Mark. 42. Recently divorced. Met Lisa. Great first date. He followed up with a sweet text, then another, then another. By day 3, she was replying slower. A week later, she stopped. Mark thought he was ghosted. But what really happened was he became predictable. He removed all suspense, no wondering, no tension, and no desire. Seneca wrote. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Don't waste your energy proving your worth too soon. Let her discover it. When a woman isn't sure where she stands, her mind races. She replays your conversations, overthinks your tone, wonders why you haven't texted. That space, that tension is where attraction lives. The mistake men make is rushing to close the emotional gap. They double text, they explain, they overshare, and they kill the mystery. You don't chase what you already have, and neither does she. So what do you do instead? Slow down. Pace the intimacy. Let her wonder. Delay that goodnight text sometimes. End the call first. Stay warm but not automatic. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Control your energy. Let her do a little work. She leans in. It's no longer just interest, it's investment. This is how you shift from being liked to being unforgettable. If she's not sure where she stands with you, she'll think about you constantly. Desire isn't born in closeness. It lives in the spaces between connection spaces, filled with silence, uncertainty, and imagination. Most men rush to fill those spaces if you're losing her, so they double text, explain themselves, and overcommunicate. But that fear kills attraction. Let her wonder. Let her replay the conversation. Let her ask herself, why hasn't he texted yet? This isn't about withholding. It's about pacing. Just like a good book, you don't flip through every page at once. You let the tension build. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to strength." That's your goal, not to chase, but to stay grounded, calm, intentional. A man who doesn't rush makes her mind race. She'll replay your tone, reanalyze your silence, and in that process, she becomes invested. Take Sam. He used to end every date with long texts, how much he liked her, how he couldn't wait to see her again. He meant well, but it killed the spark. One day, he tried something new. After a date, he simply smiled, said talk soon, and walked away. That night, she was the one texting first. Why? Because she had to sit with the silence. And the silence made her feel. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Let her react. Let her feel the space. That's where desire grows. So stop being a certainty. Be a pause, question, an energy she can't quite decode. That's how you stay on her mind. When you're too available, too eager, you kill the spark before it catches fire. You think you're showing her you care, but in reality, you're giving her no reason to chase, no reason to think. When you become a sure thing, she doesn't need to invest emotionally. Desire fades when there's no question left to answer. Look at Mark again. If instead of texting Lisa, morning and night, he had paused just once, let her reach first, ended that date with confidence and calm, it's not reassurance, the outcome may have been different. He removed all the tension. And tension is where attraction lives, Seneca wrote. The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy. When she expects you'll always be there, she stops valuing your presence. You don't need to play cold. Just don't make yourself predictable. Let her feel a little distance. Let her work for a reply. Mental effort is what makes her crave you. Women, remember the man who left space, who didn't rush to explain, to prove, to pursue. They remember the ones who held their ground. Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." You don't need to justify being calm. You don't need to defend being deliberate. Just move with intention. Let her wonder. Let her initiate. Let her feel your absence as deeply as she once felt your presence. That's the shift from being liked to being unforgettable. Being a good man doesn't mean being predictable. And most men think consistency will win her heart. Same text every morning, same tone, same rhythm. But the truth, predictability kills emotional tension. It dulls the mystery. When she can predict every move, her brain files you away. Safe, familiar, not exciting. You think you're building trust, but slowly she drifts. Not because you were wrong, but because she already figured you out. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Don't react out of habit. Move with awareness. Let's say you always send "Good morning, beautiful." It's sweet for a while. But by day 4, it becomes background noise. Instead, try breaking the pattern. Skip a day and send something unexpected, like "Had a dream about you last night." Now she's leaning in, wondering, that unpredictability. That's what keeps her curious. That's what makes her feel, Seneca once wrote, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere." If your attention is always available, always predictable, it loses its impact. You don't need to play games. You need to shift your energy. Be present, but let your energy move. Let it breathe. Let her feel that you're not stuck in a script. Because when you stop being predictable, you start becoming unforgettable. Let her lean forward, not because you're loud, but because she doesn't know what comes next. Flat characters don't stay on her mind. Depth does. Most men lead with one trait: the nice guy, the funny guy, the successful one. But once she labels you, her curiosity dies. You become a finished book. Predictable. Done. Women are drawn to contrast, layers, the unexpected. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if you will ever dig." If you only show one side, she never gets to dig. David, 46 fit, successful, came off as a confident alpha. But weeks into dating Claire, he casually mentioned he paints oil portraits to clear his mind. That one detail shifted everything. Suddenly she leaned in. She wanted to know more. Why? Because he wasn't just one thing. He had dimension. You don't have to pretend to be deep. You already are. You've just been told to hide it. You can run a business and still love poetry. You can be stoic in public and reflective in private. You can lift heavy and still play jazz at night. Epictetus said, "No. First who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." Stop shrinking to fit her expectations. Let your contradictions breathe. Don't reveal everything at once. Let it unfold. Let her discover your edges slowly. That's what keeps you alive in her mind. Not by being mysterious, but by being real and never fully figured out. Women don't lose sleep over the nice guy. They respect him, appreciate him, but they don't crave him. Why? Because the nice guy isn't defined by kindness. He's defined by need. He agrees when he wants to say no, texts back instantly to be polite, apologizes too much. He performs goodness hoping it'll buy him affection. But desire doesn't work that way. You don't earn attraction by shrinking. Seneca wrote, "Throw me to the wolves and I will return." Leading the pack. That's the energy she feels when you stop playing it safe. A strong man doesn't fear tension, embraces it. He says what he means, sets boundaries, speaks with calm certainty, even if it rattles her. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one, you don't need to be rude, just real. Drop the performance, show your standards, let her see your edge." Because when she can't walk all over you emotionally, she starts to pay attention. She watches what you tolerate, where you draw. The line, that tension, that subtle friction is where desire lives. Take a moment to ask yourself, do you say yes to avoid discomfort? Do you soften truth to keep her around? Then you're not being good. You're being agreeable. Stop trying. To be liked? Start standing firm. That's when she feels something she can't quite explain. That's when she starts to obsess. Most men overshare too early. They think full transparency builds connection. But in truth, it kills curiosity. Brian, 53, rugged and grounded, started dating Rachel. Their chemistry was real. But what kept her hooked wasn't what he said it was what he didn't. He shared glimpses, not his whole story. And that made her lean in. When a woman can't fully read you, her mind starts to fill in the blanks. And those blanks become obsession. Seneca wrote, "What is harder than rock? What is softer than water? Yet soft water hollows out hard rock." Mystery works the same way, quietly, but powerfully. You don't have to hide. You just don't need to narrate every emotion. Hold back just enough. Share selectively. Let silence do some of the talking. Marcus Aurelius said, "The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have." Let go of trying to control how she sees you. Just be deliberate in what you give. Mystery isn't manipulation. It's restraint. It's knowing. That true intimacy is earned slowly, not dumped in one conversation. Brian didn't chase. He didn't over-explain. He let her wonder. Weeks later, she told him, "I couldn't stop thinking about you, and I didn't know why." Exactly. So if you've been too easy to figure out, now is the time to shift. Let her imagination work for you. Become the man she can't quite define but deeply wants to. Jealousy, when used with precision, isn't manipulation. It's a mirror. It reflects your value. Most men fear making a woman jealous. They think it's petty or toxic. But when done subtly, it sends a powerful message. I am wanted. I have options. And a man with options triggers something primal. Seneca said, "He is most powerful who has power over himself." That's the key restraint. Not flaunting attention, but owning it without explanation. You don't need to say other women want you. Let your lifestyle speak. Be seen. Be respected. Be admired. Let her notice without you pushing. Take Chris, recently divorced, early 40s. Started rebuilding his life gym, social events, new business circles. He never mentioned another woman, but his absence, his silence, his energy, they did the talking. And suddenly, she was watching, asking, reacting. That's the power of presence. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." Her reaction isn't your responsibility. Your discipline is. Don't provoke jealousy. Invite it quietly. Move with purpose. Let her feel the slight discomfort of not knowing if she still has you. That tension sparks urgency. Low-value men try to force jealousy. High-value men simply live in a way that commands attention. Sometimes it's not another woman, it's your calm, your silence, your refusal to chase. That alone can shift the entire dynamic. Let her feel it. Let her wonder. You want her to crave you long after you're gone? Don't start with your hands, start with her mind. Most men lead with physical attention. Compliments, proximity, charm. It's obvious, it's predictable, and it fades fast. But mental stimulation, that lingers. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If you want to live in her mind, touch her thoughts. Ask sharper questions. Make deeper observations. Let your presence be intentional. Look at her, like you already understand the parts she hides from the world. Take Noah, mid-40s, owns a small design studio. On dates, he never rushed in. No flashy lines. It's just calm attention. He made her feel seen, not just noticed. And she couldn't stop thinking about him. That's the difference. Most men chase the body. Few reach the mind. Epictetus taught, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Be the man who doesn't need to impress, only to resonate. Emotional tension is stronger than physical touch. The right silence can feel more intimate than a kiss. Don't rush. Don't overreach. Let her. Lean in. Let your restraint build desire. When a woman feels mentally seen, she'll chase the physical. But if you skip her mind, she'll forget you by morning. So slow down. Be still. Speak with intention. Let her walk away feeling something she can't explain. And that's how you stay unforgettable.